And good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. It's Athens facing the home team. A look at the starting group for Athens. We've got Yurtseven, and it's Osman in at the 4 slot. Driving inside. Clock at 6. Athens needs to get a shot off. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Panathinaikos. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Hernan Gomez with the ball. He's guarded by Fournier. It's good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
There's Lucas. Drills it from outside.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. From past the arc. The shot's good from Fournier.
How about 3 of 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Now Athens with it. 4-point game. Pass to Yurtseven. To the wing on the left. Lucas. He's guarded by Fournier. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Vezenkov. Here's Papanikolaou. Hernan Gomez covering. They set the pick. Fournier dishes to Papanikolaou. Launches a 3. Doesn't go for him. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Osman. To the paint. Off with the layup.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration, even for a nanosecond.
For 3, Fournier. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Here's Hernan Gomez, and the layup's good off the glass.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Out left to the wing. Here's Vezenkov. From the arc. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Now Athens with it. Trailing by 2. First quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. There's Lucas. He nails it, and we're tied up. He has 5.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Ball's knocked loose, and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Vezenkov. He's defended by Yurtseven.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Lets the 3 fly, and that one's good. Osman.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Papanikolaou. Hernan Gomez covering. He had a nice open look right there. Papanikolaou's got 6.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Pass to Yurtseven. Lucas. He's guarded by Fournier. Athens moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The tray. Fall with the rebound.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Drains the three-pointer.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Lucas, he's guarded by Fournier. Good on the shot. 6 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Panathinaikos. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. They're up. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just stretching out the floor at first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Taking a look at Athens. Pass to Dorsey. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. On Wednesday, then on Thursday.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Was shot by Dorsey, no good. Now, here's Nunn. Driving to the basket. Off target at the rim. He's covered by Brown. Evans feeling it out a bit. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. None. No good on the triple. And even 3-on-3 break. Evans with it, picked up by Brown. There's the triple. Buries it from three-point range. Evans has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
Well, I tell you what, guys, the young kids like to say, that's doing too much. That falls into that category. That was too much.
Now, here's Nunn. He has yet to score. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
It's Evans on the wing, defended by Nunn. They get it back. Peters. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's Dorsey from downtown. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
It's a close game here in Chicago. Stolen by Nunn. And now Athens on the break. There's Brown with the 3. At this time, his first miss in 3 attempts from the field. Shoots it. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Peters has got his 2nd basket.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Petro. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
None against Evans. Lets it go from deep. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Nunn passes to Brown. Jacks up a 3. Connects from three-point range. Nunn's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And it's Evans missing. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Nunn. Lays it up off the glass. Nunn's got it all tied up now for Athens.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Evans outside. Here's Dorsey. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
33.
And that's all for us. Now it's time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You've got Evan Fournier, and it's Panathinaikos in at the small forward position. Here's Osman, and he slams it one-handed.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional.
And I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we've got a tight one here tonight.
And for Athens, we've got Yurtseven, and it's Osman in at power forward. Fournier gets a wide-open look, hands it from downtown. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
It's good from long range. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Here's Panathinaikos. Hernan Gomez covering. Pass to Panathinaikos. Fournier with the ball. Stolen. Here's Lucas. That 3 off the mark. Here's Vazenkov. He's got 6. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Yurtseven kicks to Hernan Gomez. Here's Osman. Powered down with both hands.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Athens leading by 4. Three-pointer. Fall with the rebound.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
That one goes in.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman. Fournier solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
And he makes good on the layup. And Athens leads by 4.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
That one's good. Vazenkov.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Lucas. He's guarded by Fournier. Pass to Osman. bucket is good. Osman's got 6 points in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Here's Vezenkov. 9 points in the game so far. Athens leading by 3. Pass to Osman. And there's the call on Jetty Osman. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Now here's Fournier. He has 6. Here's Vezenkov. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said, "It's awesome to be mentioned with the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish. At the end of the day, we're just out there trying to win." Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now. Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Here's Vezenkov. 9 points in the game so far. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And so after 3 quarters of play and some great offensive output, this one is tied. And right after this, we'll bring you the start. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. 4 on the clock. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And here is Athens now. And for Athens,
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
here's Peters. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Brown. Makes it off the glass. And Athens leads by 2.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Shoots the 3. And that one is off. We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Evans against none. Evans outside to take the lead. Right through the cylinder that time, all net.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out.
And it's off from three-point range. Brown feeling it out a bit. And he goes in for the dunk.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Boy, nice way to punctuate that possession.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. Even then, it's just not a good play.
Pass to none. Here's Lucas. They grab their own miss.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
Yeah, really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Stolen away. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here is Vazenkov. Good on the triple. Vazenkov's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
And it's a big one. What a performance from long range. Remarkable.
Kicked away. .114 left in the fourth quarter. Driving the lane, and that one drops.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Ball stolen. Pass to Fall. 51 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
In a game this close, this late, that kind of D is clutch.
It is. And then, Greg, to go in for the flush. That could be a backbreaker.
Well, you know, it certainly swings the energy and the momentum in one team's favor. That's basically a 4 or 5 point swing, which is huge.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Here's Lucas. No good from outside.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Pass to Vazenkov. Offline with his three. From deep. He's off on that one. From deep, three-point territory. He got it!
Man, oh, man, oh, what a shot.
What range!
What a shot.
My goodness!
And so they get the victory here at home. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some... So happy to have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. Alongside Grant Hill and Brent Barry, I'm Brian Anderson. Also with us tonight, our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. James against Fournier. Here's Calathes. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Papanikolaou. Takes a three. James with the rebound. Korkmaz on the wing. Fournier covering. Here's Korkmaz. No good with the triple. And there's a pick. Out to the right wing. Down low. Over to the left wing. Pass to Fournier. Over James. The shot by Fournier, no good.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now here's Brown. Shot clock at 5. Korkmaz. An absolute bomb from three-point range.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Vezenkov, defended by Brown. For three. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
And maybe they're a little too excited today. They need to settle down. They've opened up 1 for 4.
And there's James from the arc. The rebound by Vezenkov. The three ball. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
And it just sinks it over the taller defender. That's why you have to crowd shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
Now here is James. Buries it from 3.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
And it's James with the jam.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Pass to Fall. Here's Papanikolaou. Off target with the 3.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
It's hauled in by Fall.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Korkmaz on the wing. Picked it! Pass to Fall. Outside Fournier. He shoots. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2. And 1:01 left in the first quarter here. James deciding where to go with it. From the arc. Doesn't go in. 2 for 4 in this game.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
41 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Korkmaz. Here's Calathes. Fournier covering. Here's Calathes. Fournier covering. Fournier with a rebound. Here's Vasenkov. He's got 9. There's a screen. It's stolen. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. They're up by 3. Stay with us now as we get... And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Pass to Evans. Fires from the line. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Evans has got his first points of the game.
Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Here's a Kobo. The wide open shot is on the money.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Launches a 3. Some solid defense from Diallo. He takes it in. Pass to Corneli. And there's the screen. Diallo outside. Here's Corneli. Just 4 to shoot. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Second quarter of action. About a minute and a half played. Here's Dorsey. No points so far.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And stolen by Diallo.
Well, the instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
Execution with pace, that's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Evans, that's good. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's a Kobo. Pass to Corneli. Clock at 6. They set the pick. And it's rejected. Well, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
A Kobo, no good. Here's Dorsey. Still no points. Pass to Evans. There's the 3. The rebound by Corneli. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Releases. Just 5 on the clock. Diallo, no good. 1:50 left to play in the first half. Shots blocked. To the inside. And the pass goes out of bounds. They'll turn it over. And as we continue through January, here are the latest power rankings. You take a look at the home team. They're still the top team in this league, sitting at number 1.
You know, right now for the visiting team, they're not being questioned any longer. This is a strong team and one that is poised to be a big-time threat moving forward.
Pass to Evans. Out to the right wing. Here's Dorsey. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
These are his first free throws of the game. The first one falls.
Line for your home team.
He's perfect from the line this time.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
Here's Akobo. They set a pick. Pass to Diallo. 2 in the cold spell. And it's Dorsey with the rebound.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
To the wing on the left. From deep. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
Yeah, and the defense really respects his shooting ability, and they showed it with that tight coverage. You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
First team foul.
And he hits the first of 3.
At the line for the away team. Diallo taking 3 shots.
Good on the second one. And he makes all 3.
He wasn't quite as assertive as he needed to be in the first quarter, but now he's taking a more head-on approach and getting himself to the line.
Here's Evans. And he drains the quick shot. Evans has got 9 points now in the quarter. Evans has gone 80% from the field. 4 of 5 shooting. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Puts it up. Kept alive. Pass to Dorsey. To the paint. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Violation. The ball goes to the away team.
Yeah, just hold for the last shot. Don't give them another possession at all.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Here's Akobo. It could go. Oh, and he just knocks down the buzzer beater.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Yeah, it's almost like he's playing with the wristwatch there. He knew the time, he executed it.
Man, we've talked about it so much, hard to believe we're almost at All-Star Weekend.
I'm interested to see which new face.
If I could highlight one area where they should spend more time, actually it's already painted. Get into the post, take easier shots.
Sounds like. Thanks for tuning in.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. For the lead. The rebound by Vasenkov. There's a screen. This one for 3. The kick out to Fournier. Counted from distance. Fournier's got his second bucket of the night.
Fournier with really quick hands there.
Here's Korkmaz. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Vasenkov. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. For the tie. And that one drops for him. Korkmaz has got 8.
Papagiannis.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Pass to Vasenkov. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. 11 points in the game. It's a neck-and-neck game in Chicago. Here's Kalathis. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Oh my, came close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws.
Shooting for the away team.
Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead.
At at the line for three.
And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him. Fournier against James. Pass to Vezenkov. Back to Fournier. To the middle. And that one's good. Vezenkov's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Here's Kalathis. Fournier covering. It's tipped. Pass to Fall. Here's Papanikolaou. Hits a three-pointer.
That's pretty much not how they defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Here's Korkmaz. No good on the three.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He was terrific shooting the ball in the first half, but he looks a little bit slower out there, possibly leg tired here in the second half.
There's a screen. He buries it from three.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Fournier for three. He's off on that one. 1:58 left in the third quarter. There's the triple. Pure from three-point range. Korkmaz has got 11 points. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:44 left in the third. Over to the wing. Wide open. No good on the shot.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Outside Fournier. Here's Papanikolaou. Knocks down the long J. 6 points for him.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
And there's the screen. 55 seconds left in the third quarter. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Kalathis has gotten himself on the board with a three there. Here's Papanikolaou. And so the ball out of bounds. Fournier touched it last.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Akobo. Fires the three. And no good.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. And that's good as he hits both shots. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Beyond the arc. No good that time. He got it up. That one doesn't drop. That's the end of the third, and it's tied up. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. The visitors with the ball. It's a three-point game. Here's Diallo, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. Here's Peters. Got a hand on it. Pass to Cornelie. They set the screen. Diallo on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Cornelie. Launches a three. Knocks down the triple. Cornelie's got his first 3 points of the game.
And offensively, it appears they've hit their stride.
Here's Evans. Another shot. And the layup is good.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. And he dunks it down.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's the three. The rebound by Diallo. Right wing. Pass to Cornelie. Drives to the hoop. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Evans. And the three off target.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Diallo outside. Pass to Cornelie. Back to Diallo from outside the arc. He can't hit that time.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Fires for three. That shot off. Three-pointer. Sinks the tray. Diallo's got 5 points in the quarter.
Hey, the D's got to be better. I mean, that's a high-quality look for him.
Pass to Dorsey. Covered by Diallo. They get it again. Here's Evans. Will it go? No luck on that one.
It's been a struggle all night long from deep, but doesn't seem like he's lost his confidence. He's still letting them rip.
For three, Diallo. And his fifth basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
They're starting to pull away here as their shots keep falling.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
Here's Peters. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Diallo, no good. Here's Evans. This one for three. Shot is off. He's 5 for 11 in this one.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Akobo. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize.
And they have to know that any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Here's Peters. And And so the road team gets the W in this one. Exceptional effort on the road. They were ready.
joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. We've got the visiting team and Athens. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Korkmaz. He's out there with Brown. And it's Papagiannis in at the center position. Here's Osman. Stolen away. Pass to Kalathis. The kick out to Brown. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And there's the drive. Count the basket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Drills the three-pointer.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
The three. And that one's good. Osman.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now Athens with it. Shoots. It's picked off. And so just over a minute and a half played. And it's James missing. Slukas. James defending. Or Slukas. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now James. Pass to Papagiannis. Here's Korkmaz. Shot clock at 6. Over Hernangomez. Korkmaz, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. Athens shooting their first free throw of the night. And the free throw, no good. Kalathis passes to Brown. Here's Papagiannis. And a miss there on the triple. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And the shot goes in.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Brown outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
3 points.
Brown's got 6.
Well, coaches will take that any day. Don't pass up open threes like that.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Slukas. James covering. There's Slukas. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. James in the post. He's defended by Yurtseven. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Athens trails by 3. Over to the left wing. Takes the 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Kalathis kicks to Brown. Here's Kalathis. Hernangomez covering. Here's Korkmaz, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Osman. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
James left side. Back to Korkmaz. Now here's Brown. He's got 6. And finished off by Brown.
the D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Osman. Drops in the tray. Osman's got a couple of threes now in the first for Athens.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
No coverage that time. Korkmaz has got 11 points.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Up by 5. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
Corniche is out there with Diallo. And it's Akobo in at point guard. To the wing right side. Fires the three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
And for Athens, Brown outside. Papapetro. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
They go wrong. He's covered by Brown. They go wrong. Pass to Matajunas. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. On Wednesday, then on Sunday.
And guys, one thing about road trips like this one, they'll be seeing this as a chance for the team to come together. It might be a bit of a silver lining for a trip that doesn't always provide a lot of success.
And so it's none with it. He brings it up for Athens. They trail by 6. Brown up and in on the layup.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. That's to Diallo. Here's Corniche. Back to Diallo. Here's the three. That one doesn't drop.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And here's none. The three. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. And here's Diallo. Defended by none. This one for 3. Diallo no good. Athens trails by 4. He's guarded by Diallo. For 3. They get the rebound. The kick out to Brown. Sinks the three-pointer. Brown's got 5.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
They go wrong. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Now, here's none. Tight defense on him. The layup off target. Back to Diallo. Good on the three-point shot. Diallo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
2 minutes remaining.
To the left wing. Here's none. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Megaron. He's covered by Brown. Pass to Corniche. Here's a Kobo, defended by none. Here's Moniunas with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
That's great execution. They take advantage of a high percentage look.
The kick out to Brown. 1:11 left in the second quarter. Here's Nunn. Corniche with the rebound. Nunn's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Here he goes. Pass to Corniche. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now a chance to honor a player who has been on fire recently. His play has earned him Player of the Week in the West.
And you can see how valuable he is to the team with the amount of offense that he generates. Rarely is there a bucket where he didn't have a hand in creating it.
Now, Nunn. 41 seconds left in the first half of the game. Off target from three-point range.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And it's a Kobo missing. Athens trails by 6.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock. Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Takes a 3. Not going to go that time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. They lead by 3. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Good to be with you for half. That one gets going 7:30 Eastern Time.
Close matchup. Should be a good battle.
You'll see teams attempt to space the floor, but these guys really do it. They've got great shooters who take great shots.
And a few times, even when...
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Now Athens with it. It's a 3-point game. They've got James Brown out there with Korkmaz, and it's Papagiannis in at the 5. Home in the paint. Osman the pass to Slukas. Back to Osman. For the tie, and it's blocked by Brown. Calathes kicks to Korkmaz. Good. It's Calathes who picks up the assist. Calathes has got 3 assists in the game. Korkmaz has gone to work from the arc, nailing all 4 of his attempts. Hernan Gomez passes to Slukas. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
James kicks to Calathes. On the wing, James. Still without a basket. The kick out to Brown. Nailed from three-point land.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Pass to Osman. Here's Slukas. Athens with another miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want enforcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
James, the pass to Papagiannis. And he dunks it down.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Pass to Osman. And they get it. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those.
Athens trails by 9. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. From outside, off the mark.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And stolen by James. And they're moving it up. Fires for 3. Offensive rebound. Korkmaz passes to Papagiannis. From deep, James, and the 3 ball is good. James has got 5 points in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And finished off by Hernan Gomez.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Kalafis dishes to James. Brown deciding where to go with it. Here's the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Kicks it out to James. The shot's good. Brown making the play. James has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Lets it go with the 3. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Korkmaz. The putback. The putback. No luck. They battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. James covering. Pass to Yurtsevin. Here's Osman. 3-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Osman's got 17.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
The drive by James. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
The ball goes to the away team. Substitution on the court.
He takes it in. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Basket counts.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Diallo, no good. Athens trails by 14. Here's Osman. He's got 17. Here's a Kobo. 20 feet out. Good as the jump shot falls. Kobo's got his 2nd bucket tonight. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Up by 16. And time for the short break. And now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Well, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Corniche, and it's a Kobo in at the 1 spot. Out to the wing. Pass to Nunn. A 3 ball. Round with it. Goes back up. To the wing on the left. Papa Petro. Got a hand on it. And so it looks like Athens will retain possession here. A 3 off the inbound. None. That's good. Nunn's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Athens. They go wrong. He's covered by Brown.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Count it.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
There's a screen by Modiunas. Diallo the pass to Okobo. Pass to Corniche. Sinks the triple. Corniche has got 5 points now this quarter.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively. Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Here's Okobo, defended by Nunn.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
The rebound by Okobo. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Modiunas a screen on Brown. Okobo, shot clock at 5. Puts up a 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Here's Nunn. They grab their own miss. They kick out to Brown. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Launches it. Diallo, no good.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from three.
Fires from deep. Hits the three-point bomb.
Nice stroke from long range. If he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
To the left side wing. Beyond the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And guys, you don't think this fella can do some major damage if he gets an opening to the rim.
GA, they just learned that lesson the hard way. They better put a little bit more effort into their D the next time down.
Yeah, look, never tempt the guy with a sure thing. No surprise to see him taking advantage like that.
Oh, and he quieted down the crowd with that shot. Big, big play.
And that was a punch in the gut to those fans.
Stolen by Nunn. Pass to Brown. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. His three-pointers off the mark. They go wrong. He's covered by Brown. Now here's Modiunas from deep three-point land. That one's not going to go. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. Buries the jump shot. 15 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Fires from way outside. That shot misses. The visiting club takes the win on the road. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. From downtown, drains the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Here's Vazinkov. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's your 7. To the wing, right side. Launches it. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Here's Panathinaikos. Pass to Vazinkov. Fournier with the ball. On the wing, Fournier. Here's Vazinkov. 5 on the clock. The 3 is up. Sends it home from three-point land.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Osman into the lane. Count that bucket.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Fournier. They grab their own miss. Here's Panathinaikos. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
Assisted by Sasha Vazinkov.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Off target from the wing.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Fournier for three. It's hauled in by Athens.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Osman. Lets the three fly. It's hauled in by Fall. Here's Vezinkov. He's covered by Yurtseven. From deep three-point land. Here's Vezinkov. Puts up a deep three. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Here's Osman. Fournier covering. Pass to Vezinkov. Pulls it. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't take a shot.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Vezinkov. The three connects from downtown. Vezinkov's got 6.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
Pass to Yurtseven. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Cuts off the pass. Here's Osman.
Away team foul. Panathinaikos. First personal foul. First team foul.
And so it's Athens with it. They trail by 1. The three. Counted from distance. He's got 6.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Fournier for 3. And he misses again. Now 0 for 3. Here's Hernan Gomez. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Coaches love to see ball movement, especially when it gets you that kind of look.
50 seconds left in the first. And there's a pick. Here's Papanikolaou. The kick out to Fournier. It's rebounded by Yurtseven.
That's how you want to see them crash the glass. They've been out-hustled so far.
Yurtseven a screen. Second shot opportunity, and he takes it up and lays it in.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
17 seconds left to play in the first. And that one's good. Vezinkov. Here's Osman. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And breaking out the one-hand slam.
Man, an emphatic way to extend the lead a little more. Here's Vezinkov. Offline with a 3. And that does it for the first quarter. It's Athens. They lead by 5. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Athens?
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
And both free throws good for Brown.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
From the arc, he buries it from 3.
Well, he showed right there, this guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
Soft touch off the glass.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
Here's Evans. Nunn defends. For three. Evans, that's good.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Outside, Brown. Pass to Nunn. It's stolen. He nails it, and we're tied. He has 6.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Outside, Brown. Here's the pick to the right side. Shoots. And off target. He starts the game 0 for 1. And here's the fast break. Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by Athens. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Oh, what tremendous focus to absorb the contact and find a way there to finish.
Athens shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Here's Peters. Nails it from beyond the arc.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Out to the right wing. The kick out to Nunn. Fires from deep. Drills it from deep.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
Here's Peters. Nunn defends. Over to the wing. The shot from 20 feet out. Evans, that's good. Evans has got 5 points now this quarter.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
Whoa!
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Sends it home from 3-point land. Evans has got 8.
Well, a tough first quarter for this guy. You like to see the shot go in. Nicely done.
Outside Nunn. There's a minute 47 left in the first half of this one. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Here's Dorsey. Still without a bucket. Puts up a 3. They get it back. The 3 is up. It's hauled in by Athens.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
He's got it. 4 for 4 now. He's automatic.
And you have to appreciate the heart they've shown on the offensive boards this quarter.
Here's Evans. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Nunn finds Brown. Sinks it from distance. 5 points in the game.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor if you want to win. They have loads of confidence from 3-point land right now.
Evans, that's good.
They are shooting it well from beyond the arc right now.
A tight game here in Milwaukee. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Nunn's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
Here's Evans. Hauled in by Brown.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Nunn with a bucket.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And so it's Athens closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Taking a look at the visitors, it's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in it.
And looking back at the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the visiting team. And that'll do it for us.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Athens leading by 7. Out left to the wing. Oh, they pick off the pass. Here's the break. Pass to Vezenkov. From behind the arc. Hits a 3-pointer. Vezenkov's got 12 points.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
And for Athens, the 3-ball. It's hauled in by Fall.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Second half getting started. About a minute played. Uses the glass on the layup.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Back to Fournier. It's rebounded by Yurtseven. Yurtseven's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Athens leading by 6. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. And here's the fast break. Here's Vezenkov. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Athens with it. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. It's hauled in by Fall.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Pass to Vezenkov. There's the 3. And that's up and in. 5 for 12 in this game.
Boy, picking up where he left off. His 2nd from distance this half. 5 overall.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Here's Panathinaikos. Pass to Fournier. They set the pick. Vezenkov. Off target from 3-point range.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Fournier covering. Over to the left wing. Takes a 3. Drains the triple. And now it's an 8-point Athens lead. There's a minute 59 left in the third quarter. Here's Panathinaikos. Here's Vezenkov. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Vezenkov's got 9 points here in the second half.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of 3-pointers.
Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Pass to Fall. Lays it up and banks it in.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
We've got 1:13 left to play in the third quarter. And the layup is good off the glass. 11 points in the game.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Pass to Fournier. Here's Fall. Back to Fournier. It's tipped. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vezinkov. Now here's Fournier. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Yurtseven. Yurtseven's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Got it.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
20 seconds left in the third. Here's Vezinkov. He's got 18. There's a screen. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Athens. Yurtseven's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. It's Athens up 9. And when we... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
Here's Brown, laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
3-pointer, and Dorsey gets it to go. Dorsey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They are unconscious from outside, and so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Outside none. 6 to shoot. Jacks up a 3.
They have the lead, but their three-point game hasn't been as effective as it was in the first half.
To the left wing. Here's Dorsey. Nunn defends. Here's Evans. And a miss there on the triple.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
Here's Brown. And it's Dorsey with the rebound. In transition, here they come. Out to the right wing. Here's Peters. From deep. That one no good.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Nunn with it. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And Dorsey gets it to go.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Here's Brown. Count it. Good. Brown's gotten 4 this quarter. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Peters. And they're on the run. And he jams it home with authority.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Here's Evans. Nunn defends.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Vezinkov. It's hauled in by Athens. Right side, none. 4-3. Deflected. And that goes out of bounds. Now keep possession. There's 1:40 left in the final quarter. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Fall. Fall's got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's Vezenkov. And the three-pointer goes. Vezenkov's got 12 points in just the second half.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Boy, the three-point arc has been a major factor in what they've done here tonight. You love the aggressiveness. Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Here's Evans. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the tray.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Evans has gone 4 of 6 shooting from beyond the arc. .56 seconds left to play in the fourth. Inside. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
And he banks in the layup.
Looking to close things out, that might have been the nail in the coffin.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And so it's Athens with it. They've led by as many as 11. And here's none. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter from deep three-point land. And it's Dorsey with the rebound. And so it's Athens winning this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really...
It's an NBA afternoon game here on this Thursday. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me at the table, Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we've also got Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sidelines. We've got the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Evan Fournier, and it's Papanikolaou in at the small forward position. Kicks it out to James. And here we go. Pass to Vezenkov. Jacks up a three. It's hauled in by Brown. Fast break, here they come. Here's Papagiannis. A three-pointer is right on target.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the three in transition.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. When I asked Coach about his top priority of this game, he said, without hesitating, containing Sabonis. He added, he's a skilled low-post player who plays with a lot of power. And when he's not scoring, he's making plays for his teammates. So the defense has its work cut out for them. Guys?
Thank you, David. 2 on the clock, and that one's good. Korkmaz.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Pass to Fournier. Here's Vezenkov. The three. And he's good on the three ball.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's James. Here's Calathes. Here's Papagiannis. Good. Great play by Calathes to set it up. Papagiannis has got 6 points.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
And Fournier kicks to Papanikolaou. Here's Vezenkov. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. 6 points for him.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Now, here's Brown. Pass to Papagiannis. In the corner, it's James. Here's Papagiannis. A three-pointer off the mark. 1:58 left here in the first quarter. Here's Vezenkov. James defending. And it's Vezenkov missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
The offensive rebound. Here's Brown. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Pass to Fournier. This one for three. It's hauled in by Brown. 1:11 left in the first quarter of the game. Kalathis kicks to Papagiannis. James looking it over. Here's Papagiannis. Brown right side. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And here's a look at the power rankings. Now that we've gotten into February, plenty of data to considering to go on. And you take a look at this home team. They lose the top spot, taking a step back now to number 2.
When you look at this visiting team, they've proven time and time again this season that not only are they for real, but they may be the team to beat.
Vezenkov's gone 2 for 5 tonight. They set the pick. Here's Korkmaz. And a miss there on the triple.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. From past the arc. And it's Vezenkov missing.
Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break of mirror ugly, but it's getting there.
Korkmaz passes to Brown. Outside, James. Shot on the wing. No good on the last second attempt there. And that concludes the first quarter of play. They lead by 5. And we'll get this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
In rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
The shot's good from Evans. Pass to Okobo. Here's Cornish. Launches it. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Evans outside. Fires the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Evans has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys build contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Panathinaikos' shot is good.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
From deep, Evans. A three-pointer is right on target.
3 points.
Evans has got 8 points.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Eunice. Begaron connects from three-point range.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Evans feeling it out a bit, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He's got 11.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Here's Diallo. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. He's guarded by Diallo. There's the triple. And no good. And here they come. Odiunas, a screen on Evans from the arc. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Peters. Nothing on the board. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Milutinov. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, GA, he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him. I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Dorsey dishes to Evans. Pass to Peters. It's Evans on the wing. And that one is stuffed right through.
And those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
There's a good screen. Akobo, the pass to Cornish. That 3 off the mark. Cornish is gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. And here's Evans outside. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Looking to end the run. Basket good.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the float.
A chance at a 2 for 1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Puts up a 3. Cornish with the rebound. And here's Diallo. No scoring in this one. There's 25 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Akobo, that's good.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open 3, that's the key to efficient offense.
Dorsey passes to Evans. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Leading by a point. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.
Now that we're close to knowing who will be participating, some of these guys may be in the gym early and leaving late, shooting 3.
They look great on offense. The ball is flying around. Guys are getting open. It's enjoyable to watch.
Especially for those of us who are brought up.
That'll do it for our show today.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've got Brown. James is out there with Korkmaz, and it's Papagiannis in at the 5, roaming the paint. James covering. Clock at 6. Outside Fournier. Here's Vazenkov. Off target from outside.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
They've got Fall, and it's Vezenkov in at the power forward. Down kicks to Papagiannis. At the top of the key, Korkmaz for the lead. The shot will not fall. Korkmaz has gone 1 of 4 from the field. Pass to Fall. Here's Vezenkov. Lets the three fly. On Saturday and then on Tuesday.
And guys, one thing about road trips like this one, they'll be seeing this as a chance for the team to come together. It might be a bit of a silver lining for a trip that doesn't always provide a lot of success.
Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Panathinaikos, good.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
There's the pick. Brown the pass to Korkmaz. From deep. Drills the three-pointer. Korkmaz has got 6.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Back to Fournier. Pass to Vezenkov. Looking to get it going. That shot missing.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Korkmaz grabs the miss.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Brown feeling it out a bit. Back to Korkmaz. Fall with the rebound.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Shot is good off the back rim and in. 8 points for him. And not even 3 quarters out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
And he drives in. Korkmaz kicks to Brown. Here's Papagiannis. Misses the 3. Here's Panathinaikos. He's covered by Brown. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Kalathis. Lays it in off the breakaway. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Panathinaikos. There's the screen. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 6 rebounds now in the game. James finds Brown. Out to the right wing. Here's Korkmaz. 6 points for him. 5 on the clock. Here's Papagiannis. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Papagiannis has got 11 points.
No, he's been locked all the way in from the floor, and he's the #1 reason why they're winning right now.
Panathinaikos. Here's Fall. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
James gets the bucket.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
They set the pick. Here's Vezenkov. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Gets it to go. That one good from Papagiannis.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. They're up by 7. And we're just moments away from... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to fire.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
Oh, look out! Look out!
Now that's how you finish.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Now Dorsey. Pass to Peters. Fires from deep. Sinks the triple.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
Here's a Kobo. Fires away from way outside. The shot missing. Dorsey dishes to Evans. From outside the arc. Comes up empty, and he's now 5 for 8.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
The unit sends a screen for Diallo. Offline with his 3. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Offensive rebound. Peters. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And the second chance becomes a dunk we could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint. Here's Diallo. No good on the shot.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Evans can't get that one to fall.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement. Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Substitution on the court. It'll be a turnover. The ball goes to the away team.
Here's Evans. There's the pick. A 3-ball. Offensive rebound. Fall passes to Dorsey. Here's the 3. Peters with the bucket.
They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the second half. That extra effort will help them cut into this deficit.
Outside, James. Pass to Papagiannis. Launches a 3. Korkmaz, no good.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Here's Peters. He's guarded by Diallo. 6 to shoot. Lezenkov buries it from 3-point range.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Things are firing on all cylinders for them right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
To take the lead. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Shot good by Diallo. Diallo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
From deep, Evans. The offensive rebound.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well. Cleaning it up and sending it right back.
James kicks to Papagiannis. 1:10 left to play in the final quarter. It's stolen. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
1:03 left in the fourth quarter of this one. From deep, Evans. It's good from beyond the arc.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver. Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Here's Peters. He's guarded by Diallo. Here's Vezenkov. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
They set the pick. Pass to Papagiannis. 5 to shoot. Here's a Kobo. The three-pointer no good. Here's Vezenkov. Puts up a deep three. Can't knock in the three.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. What a show.
Welcome and thanks for joining 2K Sports for a Friday night full of NBA action. Hello everyone, I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. We've got the visitors facing the home team and the starting group for Athens.
You don't want to let them get into a rhythm from out there.
Banked it in off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Korkmaz. Here's Kalathis. Beyond the arc. Hernan Gomez with a rebound. Puts up a three. The offensive rebound. The three ball. Osman, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And Brown with the stuff.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Goes back up. And it's good on the lay-in.
Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
Now Hernan Gomez. And a strong finish with two hands.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Here's Kalathis after the basket by Athens. Outside, Brown. Just 5 to shoot. He's covered by Yurtseven. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 or 4 so far.
Into the lane. Offensive rebound. Pass to Osman. Shoots over Brown. Buried from 15 feet out.
He kicks it out, takes advantage of the open space. That'll leave a defense scrambling.
Three-pointer off the mark. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Jacks up a three. The shot misses. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Here's Korkmaz. From outside the arc. And Brown gets the three. Brown's got 5 points.
Because of the clear height advantage, he gets the shot he's looking for.
On offense, here is Athens. Trailing by 2. Takes it inside. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, that was nasty. A two-hand mega slam.
Man, I don't think anyone was going to stop him there.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
James with a steal. Fast break. Here we go. Pass to Korkmaz. The three. Here's Brown. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
I thought he might get caught between the pass and the shot, but he makes a great adjustment.
Check by James. Here's Osman. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Athens shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And that one misses. So both teams making some changes here. And he's good on the second. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Matajunas. Pass to Akobo. From the arc. It's not going to go for him. Athens trails by 3. Now here's Nunn to the left side wing. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. Drops in the 3.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Pass to Akobo. They set the pick. The 3 is up. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter in a tie. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
So on the floor for Athens. Hey, here's Nunn for 3, and they're able to recover. From deep. The rebound by Diallo.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Yeah, put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
BA, I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
Now, I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine. Even if he'd have missed it, I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Nunn. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. Here's Matajunas. This one for 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Outside, Brown. Poke loose. Here's Akobo. He's got 6. 3-pointer, no good. And another miss by Athens. There's the 3. Buries it from 3. He's got 9.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Covered by Diallo. Here's Matajunas. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Cornelie. Here's Matajunas. 3-pointer. On target from range.
A dozen consecutive points off of 3s. This defense looks rattled.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Now here's Nunn. He's got 6. Unloads. Kick out to Brown. 4-3. Three-pointer. And another miss by Athens. The three, Diallo. He drops it from range.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Can they get it? The layup off target.
He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here.
Here's Matajunas, and that one is stuffed right through.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
Here's Akobo after the basket by Athens. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. The double clutch, and that's 2 points on the layup. He's got 11.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim. And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Fires for 3. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
He's starting to find himself out there now. You know, he's taking much better shots here in the second quarter.
Pass to Brown. And he buries his first look.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Akobo. They set the pick. Got it off in time. That'll do it for the first half. They lead by 13. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Make some noise.
A key part of this one, their bench production. Those guys can heat it up in a hurry. Give the starters a little rest.
Let's shift gears now and see how things are stacking up in the Western Conference. Appreciate you joining us. It's been
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Athens trails by 13. Check by James. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Athens shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
The away team, Lucas.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
So on the floor for Athens. Now here is James. No made baskets yet. Pass to Brown. They set the screen. 4 on the clock. The 3 knocks down the long J.
Oh, what a crafty move, causing the defender to pause right there.
Hits the trifecta. He's got 11.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And he gets that one.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
About a minute played here in the second half. Here's Osman, defended by Brown. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the others. That's how you succeed in this league. Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. Athens trails by 12. Lets the three fly. The shot comes out. And here comes the break. Here's Korkmaz. No good from outside. Hernan Gomez on the wing. Yet to see a basket. Check by James. Blocked. And here's Brown. He's got 11. They get it back. Doesn't go that time. Hernan Gomez, the pass to Osman. And stolen by Brown. And here they come. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Athens. You're 7 down low. Brown's there. Pass to Osman. 5 to shoot. And there's the drive. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now, here is James. With his first shot attempt. Hernan Gomez with a rebound.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Pure from three-point range.
And their perimeter shooting numbers have been up since the start of the second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
Here's Korkmaz. No points yet. James outside. Free throw line jumper. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. James has got his first points of the night.
No idea what they were thinking there defensively. I mean, that's a shot he makes often.
Here's Osman driving in. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
With 2 hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
Here's Kalathis. Pass to Korkmaz. And he makes it on the layup. Korkmaz has got his first basket.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
Now Hernan Gomez. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
The three is up. Knocks down the triple. Give him 8.
They're having a good half offensively, shooting over 50% from the field now, trying to close the gap.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Korkmaz, no good.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Pass to Osman. Now here's your 7. Now Hernan Gomez. Back to your 7. That'll count. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the 4th. Who will carry? And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. And for Athens,
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Aguirre. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line.
First personal foul, first team foul.
Athens trails by 6. Outside none. Covered by Diallo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Misses the 3. Used the pump fake well, but he couldn't capitalize. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Basket's good.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Athens trails by 9. Outside none. There's the drive, and the bucket is good.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
Nunn's gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field so far. Here's a Kobo. Off target from outside.
One thing they've done well tonight, and that's rebounding.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
And just an important bucket down the stretch. This is when his focus becomes razor sharp.
Understands his role, does his job, and he did it right there. The timing couldn't have been better.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Now, here is James. Pass to Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Check by James. Takes the 3. Offensive rebound. Oh, some serious power to finish that one off.
Hey, they really needed that one. Big time move inside.
Way up and over the big guy, and what a time in the ball game to make it happen.
Now, here is James. Pass to Korkmaz. There's a minute 47 left in the fourth quarter. James goes in. And a nice finish on the layup.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Athens trails by 7. Outside none. And there's a pick. From deep. Knocks it down from distance. Nunn's got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Brown passes to James. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
From behind the arc. Can't hit that one. Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Back to James. Pass to Korkmaz. For 3. It doesn't go for him.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
There's a 4-second difference between the shot and game clock. Kobo gets the bucket. 20 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Let's go with a three. Missed it. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory.